You need to try and pick off the units as. Look at the shields on the mark.
Oh my god, the ball's gonna take him!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the IPL Season 2, the winner round 2 in our matchup with Mao's Mana taking on Fenix, Protoss versus Terran. I'm DJ Wee for OneMoreGame.tv, and I'm excited to see what will happen here. Of course, when am I not really excited when it comes down to StarCraft? There's very, very few moments. In fact, I can't really even think of one off the top of my head. So let's get right into it. Game 2, where Mana could keep his hopes alive right here, send Fenix down to the losers round, and advance on to winner round 3. If Fenix wins this one, of course, this is a best of 3, so we'll be moving on to game number 3. And that will be decided here on Shakura's Plateau, cross positions, as we have Fenix as our blue Terran spawning in the southeast, and Mao's Mana, our red Protoss, spawning in the northwest. Rather happy, actually, to see cross positions here. I really like this map. I like the changes, the various, in fact, the version that we're playing, and you always have to check the back to note the version that is being played here. What I'm seeing is that we are seeing the version with the back rocks, but no rocks leading up to the third. Which means that, of course, you can come over to this base, break down these rocks, and then enter into the back of your opponent's base. Or, in the case of using transports like a Warp Prism or a Medevac, you can drop units there. Of course, take those rocks out, do some more damage that way. A lot of times we'll see Terran in this situation float a command center over, drop that, or even kill their own back rocks and expand. We see the Protoss do that as well, and the Zerg. Each race has a disadvantage, when it comes down to then defending it from this location. So Terran probably with the best utility in, of course, being able to just pick up their command center, float it over, and start producing SCVs from there. You can even load up on that as well. Let's take a look at what we've got going inside the bases of our two players. Mana has finished his gateway, getting up that cybernetics core, and like last game, we're going to see him not produce anything out of that gateway. He's going to go ahead and let this SCV get as much information as it's going to possibly give, and go with the same build that he went in the last game, which was to go ahead and get the Stalker first, follow up with the Sentry. Over on the other side, we do see actually something different here from Fenix, as he's going to go with the Reaper opening, throwing down the Tech Lab. The one Marine at the front does manage to chase away the probe. And if we just take a quick look at his vision, he did see the racks, but of course no add-on was visible at the time of building. There we see the Stalker coming out, even getting chrono boosted to try to minimize the time that Fenix is getting in terms of the scouting that he's doing. In fact, he'll just go ahead and hightail it out of there. Warp Gate research being chrono boosted as well. And there's the Sentry to follow up. So an identical build for Manas. We have the one Reaper coming out. Now, the Reaper is not going to be horribly effective in doing damage, but more or less will be effective in scouting. And there are those occasions where we do see the Reaper come back a hero, or maybe die a hero. It happens every once in a while. And kill a few probes in the back line. Without Warp Gate research right now, where's that Stalker? He's out doing some business outside of the base. Going to work. Here comes the Reaper. He's definitely going to be able to take out a few probes here. He's going to work on the ones that are on gas first. And then he's going to start off the rest. Here we've got the Stalker and the Sentry, who will easily clean it up. And what did we actually lose there? Looks like just a couple of probes. And really it's even, because I believe between the Reaper and an SCV, I would assume, it's even. And not really even going to matter. So another gateway going to go down. 2 gateways going to go down. With the Nexus about 60% complete. Bunker at the front for Fenix. He's going to go ahead and go with the 3 racks again. This time, of course, he went with that concussive shells much sooner. Has a few Marauders out on the field. Be a good choice against the unit composition that's currently out on the field for Mana. See, those units can be very much devastated by the power of the Marauder. And just getting Marines out of the other. So essentially has 2 racks, one with a reactor, but just actually 2 racks. Keep the production going on there. They're going to take a second gas with the factory going down. And Fenix just, he decided to go not with the reactor at the first. Got the Reaper out, did a little bit of harassment, but he certainly has been, I feel like, a little bit faster in this game with his tech up, getting his factory much sooner, throwing down this expansion before his opponent. He did that in the game number 1, but doing it even faster in game number 2. Third gas thrown down at the natural. Another tech lab being put down. Likely go ahead and start on combat shields since Stim is going, or he may wait, getting a reactor as well, just trying to maximize his production. Meanwhile, just off of these 3 gates, have not seen a robotics facility or any sort of stray from that tech. Twilight Council or forges or additional gateways or anything. Just keep a close eye on Mana's base as the engineering bay is going to go down at the front. This will also help make a wall just in case. And it's a high hit point building. So if you're fighting at your front, your enemy's not really going to want to be targeting that unless they have a free ride to do so. And there's the... I said we did not have a robotics facility. And we must. I'm just an idiot. So it's right there. And that would be because the robotics bay is up. So I'm going to open my eyes for the rest of the game here. And we'll see what Fenix is going to do if he'll answer earlier against the Colossus. He's getting out his medevacs right now. In the previous matchup, we saw him go for some drops. Those drops were stopped pretty effectively by Mana. You can see that he's well prepared for a Terran opponent. Proxy pylon being thrown down here in the southwest base for Mana. Can give him some field reinforcements if he needs to. Not sure if an observer was lost there. Nope, those rocks are always there. But he does scan for reasons I do not know. And we do have an observer coming out, so it's very possible. We have warp gate, or extended thermal lance not on the way yet. 2 more gateways going to go down though, making the total 5. More units being warped in from a potential drop location, and it is good timing. Not sure if he actually scouted that with anything, but hold on. At the same time, we do have a little attack from the front. Now, oh my goodness, he's got to watch out for the force fields, but he could load up here and do some damage. This medevac now starting to move in. It will be met by quite a few units, so he's definitely going to want to try to pay attention to both sides. The medevac, though, going to sneak all the way around to the back. He's going to come to the mineral line, and there we see the drops. A few probes are going to get attacked. See the Guardian Shield go up at the same time. An attack from the front. Force fields haven't been dropped down quite yet, but the Zealots are getting focused down. We do have the 1 Colossus popped, which is immaculate timing. We may see... Oh, the medevac does stay alive. So everything will let's see. Did he... Nope, he lost everything here at this drop, and that really was not important because the bigger deal was the attack on the front. Had he broken through there, he would have been able to do some good damage. First Colossus coming out, that of course saved him. He's got a second one on the way. So do we have Fenix production? We have immediately a missile turret being constructed by Fenix. Ooh, and a little exchange that Fenix did not want to have happen in the middle of the map. He loses a few units to this roaming army. There we have the Vikings now out. And the third going down in response to this third, which is well underway for Fenix, staying ahead of the economic game. In fact, we take a look. We've got our worker count about the same, but the income, obviously, with having 3 orbitals is going to be quite a treat for Fenix. Observer will spot this, however. And the upgrades now starting around the 13-minute mark for Tosh, as he's got his double forge building with the Twilight Council on the way as well. He's almost duplicating exactly what he did in the last game. Very close. Some very minor modifications to his build. But he is pretty much doing exactly the same thing. So I wonder then, just based off of what we saw in the last game, we're going to see Blink, nope, Charge come out first. I wonder how quickly off of this we'll see a Templar Archives, because the High Templar seem to be very, very effective versus that Bio Army, as they always are. However, with two upgrades and also Blink on the way, he can't spread himself too thin on his upgrade track. He's got to keep producing units of those Colossi. So we'll see what happens after these 2 upgrades finish and Charge is complete. We'll be watching. There it is. Oh, where the hell is he putting it? There we go. Okay, well, I was talking about it. Of course, it's building right there. I promised you I would open my eyes, but I really only had one of them open. No, there's Storm going down almost immediately. He may actually warp some High Templar in as well, just to make sure that he can start building up that energy. Don't see any coming in quite yet. But there they are at the front. So Mana, I mean, you know, in game number 1, I was talking about why I really liked these 2 players. And it was because Mana is a guy who's consistent, and he sticks with what he knows, and he plays, you know, standard to his own style. And Fenix is a guy that likes aggression. We've seen some attempts here from Fenix. It's been shut down very, very nicely by Mana in this game. And now Fenix is moving out his army. Response coming from Mana as he gets his units in position. Does not have Storm quite yet, so this could be a good timing for Fenix to do an attack, and we have him ferrying in some units from the side. He will distract him. However, this Observer will not let him fool Mana so easy. Another command center going down. And this is an interesting position for Fenix to be in, because he can deny another Nexus right here if he keeps it, but he could force a fight, which I'm not sure that he totally wants. We have +2 going down on both armor. Storm moving out. Oh, and there's the first Storm drop down. Second Storm drop down. Bio will split up quite nicely, but a third Storm drop down at the front. All the Colossus do fall but one. It will finally go down as it is focused, and he might snipe those High Templar. They're moving in. They do not have the energy quite yet. Yes, he takes out 1, 2, 3 of them, and that will actually change the course of this game, as more sentries will fall, and the power of the Marauder, and more importantly, all these medevacs. Of course, the great counter for that, the Zealots do come out, but a nice trade. Of course, I do believe that Mana can reinforce a little bit quicker. He's got 5 Marines, 5 Marauders on the way, but he cleans that up. And really, really the big loss there was the fact that those High Templar were sniped down. They were controlled into the middle of the battle. And he's going to take out this Nexus. Ghost will go down as he's the first target. The medevacs could pick up. There's only the single, although the feedbacks could come out as well. Is he going to drop the Storm? I'm not sure. Yep, there's the Storm to take him out. Nexus rebuilds, as he'll also build another one here. Not sure. I do not think that the medevacs found it. Taking a look at the standing armies of our 2 players, and we see the Terran army at a much higher supply unit count, as all the very expensive Colossus did fall in that battle. He's trying to get them back, but had to bring out the High Templar as well. He needs to get the energy up on those. He will absolutely need the High Templar. Now, another big deal, looking at the unit tabs, we have only 1 Ghost out. Oh, the horrors! As 2 Storms, preemptive Storms, immediately turning that guy into an Archon. That will deplete a lot of the energy from these medevacs. And while it was the High Templar who started with the, I'm going to preemptively storm you, It looks like we're going to have the Ghost do the exact same thing, and he does not hit a whole lot, but he hits the most important target, the High Templar. That all goes down, and this may be GG. As we have the Terran, focusing down that Colossus. Now we'll take out the Natural Nexus. More storms drop, but it is going to be too little, too late, as Fenix stays alive in the winter round 2, tying this series up 1-1, and there it is, GG. As we are going on to game number 3, folks. Don't go away, because we'll find out the conclusion to this matchup between Mana and Fnatic Fenix, our Protoss versus our Terran, coming up next year for the IPL Season 2.